Welcome back to Dewan Pundit Indonesia, the English version. Now, the winter transfer window has officially closed, Jebretim, and while there weren't too many shocking last-minute deals, there were still some big moves to discuss. I think we should start with Aston Villa. They managed to bring in Marcus Rashford.
Marcus Rashford.
Let me repeat that. They managed to bring in Marcus Rashford from Manchester United and Marco Asensio from PSG on loan.
PSG.
What's Villa's game plan here, Adi?
Reverse psychology from a great manager, Unai Emery. I think both of these players, they need a coach that can understand what their problems is playing for Manchester United and for Paris Saint-Germain, and both great players but underperforming. But I don't think Rashford looks pretty healthy. Signing for Aston Villa.
Signing photos.
I'm a bit concerned. Maybe less sleep. I hope no drugs
Okay.
or alcohol in that situation. Aston Villa needs him to fire with all cylinders coming into the business end of the season. They're trying to, again, securing European places for Aston Villa.
Yeah.
And Asensio has that experience and very pacey, has an eye for goal as well, and tight space is very, very good quality player. So I think Monchi again behind this great business in getting players on loan. Disasi as well, right?
Disasi,
Back line with Mings injured again, it's going to be a big problem. So Disasi is a great player to have in your roster. So I think in this window, the way that's Villa doing business right now, I think it's a potential for them to again get their spot in the Champions League, and they will try to push for the Champions League as well, because they are automatically through to the last 16, and it's going to be a great chance for the likes of Asensio and Rashford to prove everybody wrong. Even Amorim now is worried because he knows that there is a player in there in Marcus Rashford, and if somebody can unlock that player, then it could be.
It's going to be scary.
It's going to be Unai Emery.
Yeah, I think squad depth is a problem for Villa because I think they can't win a game after a Champions League game, after a midweek game. The rotation is not there. Now they're bringing in experienced players. I mean, with Rashford, you got a player who scored like 138 goals and 63 assists for Man United. Adi's right. There's a player in there, but yeah, what we saw from the signing photos, it's not looking
not
great optically. I think there's something there from the player. Good. But Rashford needs this transfer. Rashford needs to prove himself, and Man United also need this transfer because I think 75% of his 350 grand
Aston Villa,
wages are being paid by Aston Villa, and there's a clause for like a 40 million fee if Villa wants to make the transfer permanent. With Asensio also, he's a 29-year-old. I think age-wise, I think he should be on his prime now, but he's not getting game time at Paris Saint-Germain. But we know that Monchi has been tracking Asensio for quite a few times. Asensio is also a 3-time Champions League winner. He's a very vastly experienced player, and Monchi has been tracking him since since before he went to PSG. So this is not a new dynamics between him and the sporting director and also the coach. With John Duran when going to Saudi Arabia, I think he scored quite a few goals from the bench this season, and you cannot rely on just Ollie Watkins all the time. So I think Villa making this few short-term transfers, it's part of their strategy. I think it's different from when Newcastle were also struggling with injuries while playing in the Champions League. Back then, Newcastle were not prepared to just coming in the market and then making short-term moves, but this is what they are doing right now. They can afford this with the John Duran's money. So looking forward to Villa attacking the top 4 again, because we said it in this few episodes. England gonna get Premier League gonna get mostly likely gonna get 5 spots in the
5
Champions
spots,
League.
yes.
Yeah, so that finishing in the top 5 is mandatory for teams that have ambitions like Villa.
What do you think, Aldi? Do you think these names could fit well into Unai Emery's system?
Rashford need a new start.
Okay.
Rashford need this transfer. I'm saying that Rashford need to come off from this environment at United for a moment to find new situation, find new environment to prove himself. This loan transfer to Aston Villa is a really, really good loan transfer, both to Aston Villa and also for Marcus Rashford. But the situation is, he's a very good player. We know how many goals he scored, but it's a zillion years ago. The moment
Not
now,
that zillion.
but now
3 seasons ago.
3.
Yeah.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
Exact 3.
2.5.
After the World Cup season, yeah.
After World Cup.
Okay, so but now he's not okay. You have a good skill and attribute as a striker, yes, but the attitude is the core problem. What he has in the Man United.
Okay.
Will he willingly to play in the very fast-moving Aston Villa that really need a player to
Come together.
Yeah. If they need to defense, they need all players to defense.
Yeah.
Defense together, strike forward, strikes together. He needs to do that, and also he need from the first day of the training session.
Yeah, to prove himself. Yeah.
Because
from day one,
the
right?
players, the teammates, the manager Unai Emery, even the fans will not give him time.
Yeah.
We will not give, okay, just give him time. Okay, maybe in next month. No, it's what, 4 months until the end of season? So he need to strikes from the first day. What, he'll play number 9? I don't think so. He'll play, I think it's from the flank, but he's a tribute to, to cut inside and very good shot from afar. I think that's the best attribute. As number 9, I don't think so, even though he play with jersey number 9. But the attribute he has is very good. But now he need more to focus on himself, to prove himself that he's okay to get the 300 more K per week.
Do you think he's able to prove himself in that short amount of time?
I hope so. Because I know how good he is. But at the moment during the Ten Hag or maybe now during Amorim spell in United, I don't see Rashford is being or become the player that we
expect him to be.
To be. So yeah, under Emery, I agree with Adi. This is a manager that can bring back the old Rashford, and I believe so with the situation in Aston Villa. They have the intensity to play in Champions League as far as they can. I don't think Rashford will be registered to Aston Villa, right, in the Champions League.
He'll be available in the next round.
Round. So yeah, I believe Rashford will be a key player to Aston Villa if he can prove to himself from the first day. If not, okay, that's it for Rashford. early
he can always go to Besiktas and find all his
Saudi or maybe Saudi.
Oh, and play with Alvaro Morata again.
Yeah.
Those kind of players.
So,
But if Rashford works at Aston Villa, I think this gonna show something also to Man United. I think if it works in Aston Villa, it's gonna show that Manchester United and Old Trafford and Carrington is not a great environment for a lot of players. Because we saw Sancho is finding his feet at Chelsea and
Anthony in Betis.
Man of
the match.
Instant man of the match.
Exactly.
Wow.
So I thought more about environment in United. That's more.
United,
There's gotta be something wrong.
Of course, there must be because these is very good players. These are very good players. United have also in Anthony. We saw what he did in Ajax. Really monster winger. And
but
now
Ajax, Real Betis is not Manchester United.
At least
it's different.
He can show what he can in Ajax or
the pressure is different.
In
the demands is different.
Demand, field, maybe teammates different.
But I think,
expectations.
I think Manchester United before the window closes and now they're a much weaker side because they didn't find a replacement for Marcus
For the
Rashford.
strike, for the attacking department.
Yeah, Terrell Malacia, okay, going to PSV. You got Dorgu there, but you see that front
Malacia
line,
left?
Yeah,
to
to
PSV.
PSV. Yeah.
So that front line is problematic for Manchester United. For Aston Villa, they have a great player in Marcus Rashford. And to continue what you say about if he's a success at Aston Villa, I don't think it's going to be that easy too. They have one of the best young wingers on that left side, Jacob Ramsey. And he's now back fit and playing very well. And to place
I agree with
Ramsey, you have to perform at your utmost best.
Yeah.
And then if it doesn't go well for Rashford at Aston Villa, it doesn't go well for Unai Emery. And I think if Rashford doesn't perform and Villa struggles and they go down in the table, and I think Emery, it would cost his job because the amount of cash that is involved here.
Come on.
This is very dangerous, man.
Very big.
That's dangerous.
That's dangerous, exactly.
That amount of money for a player that is struggling for form, not a first choice for Amorim at Manchester United, coming into Aston Villa trying to start fresh, and then you have Unai Emery counting on Rashford to perform. If it goes south, then
When was the last time he played 90 minutes? Rashford.
Exactly.
Europa League is only 60 minutes, I think.
60
That was the last
minutes,
one.
Yeah.
That was the last one.
At his age, his
But
physics not-
he's having the double sessions.
Yes.
At Carrington, which I think will
What do you
work well. But if you look at that face,
Like,
wow,
something.
Stony and Rousey,
Yeah.
So I hope that Rashford can perform, can help Unai Emery, and can be that guy who can become a leader as well. Because you have the likes of Ramsey, and then you have Rodgers, who can learn a lot from Marcus Rashford. So if that influence
I hope not.
if positive,
I hope not.
and both,
I hope Rogers doesn't learn from
both
Rashford.
Asensio and Rashford was in
Learn
Bali
from
for pre-season.
McGinn. Okay, learn from
McGinn.
other leader at the club.
You have something to say about McGinn?
John McGinn.
Yeah.
The guy.
The guy. The guy.
Anyway, still about the transfer window. I think we should also talk about AC Milan because they went all out. They uploaded some names, but also made huge signings such as Kyle Walker,
Okay.
Santiago Jimenez,
Okay.
João Félix, and then Ricardo Soto and Warren Bondo.
João Félix is there.
João
man.
Soto?
Sotil is a great player for
Sotil,
Fiorentina.
Fiorentina.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a great player.
What do
I
you think of
think-
these names?
I think from that roster and what we've seen from Kyle Walker in the Derby della Madonnina, his debut was quite okay. But the one to look forward to is Sotil because Rafael Leao is not playing his
He's a
best
winger.
football. Fiorentina plays Sotil in that left side, coming towards the middle part of the attacking side of the play. And from what I've seen from Sotil, as I do a lot of Fiorentina matches, he's that type of player that I think
All matches.
AC Milan need. Please help me out. All matches.
All matches.
Yeah, I need backup. Actually. Okay, for Sotil I think it's a step up to AC Milan, and with João Félix, I don't know where he's going to be played by Sergio Conceição. Pulisic is starting on that right side and
playing
doing
good,
very
yeah.
well, and I think if he's not injured, then João Félix will have a hard time in trying to find a spot in that lineup.
Yeah, and this is like the biggest January transfer for
them?
Milan,
Milan?
Since 2018-19
Ooh.
when they bring in Piatek and Lucas Paqueta with the amount. I think this amount of investment in the squad. I think this is also big for Cardinale and Ibrahimovic also. They're doubling down on Conceição at a time when the dressing room, half the dressing room maybe got problems with Conceição's.
But now Calabria is in
Yeah,
Bologna.
Calabria he's shown the door, and then Ismail Benacer also went
To Marseille.
yeah, to Marseille, Okafor also, and
Napoli.
Yeah, so yeah, I think this is what they need now to go attack the top 3, the top 4 places again, because they are now losing ground on Serie A, because even Roma, who once at a point were at the bottom half of the table,
Now
now
they're
just
climbing.
climbing, and now
With
a few
Claudio
points
Ranieri,
behind
yeah.
them under the Claudio, the legend. So
Yeah.
I think with Conceição, some players in the Milan dressing room thought his methods are too harsh, but for Ibra and Cardinale, this is the avenue that they are going. And the players that they bring in, Santiago Jimenez, I watched a few Feyenoord games this season, and he's a great player. His numbers are excellent for Feyenoord.
But he's
Even
injured.
Yeah, is he?
Yeah, he's injured
Yeah.
coming to the side now.
Yeah, but I think he scored 2 goals against Bayern
Yeah.
in the Champions League also. His numbers are impressive right now. But yeah, for what, 35, 40, I think it's the amount of money that they spent on Charles de Ketelaere a few seasons ago, and that was a failure. So Ibrahimovic and Cardinale, they surely want this window to be successful for Conceição to help the team propel this team forward. Yeah.
What do you think of the names they chose to offload though? Alvaro Morata, Davide Calabria.
Yeah, Morata is a strange one, I think, because he came in just this season.
He
but
got
yeah.
divorced because he moved to Milan.
Yeah.
The missus doesn't want to move house. And Morata goes there, and now he's back to Istanbul. And I don't know whether there's a compromise in the
something
middle.
there, yeah.
You can meet me in the east side of Istanbul, not the European side.
Yeah, I think the problem
Yeah.
is with AC Milan is they cannot balance the fixtures with the Champions League and the Serie A. It's
Yeah.
hard. So they need new bodies. They brings new names. Some of them is good players, exciting players, like I just said in Sotil. João Félix, I don't know about him. I mean, will he play? Where he play? When he play? So yeah, but Calabria left is a we know this will happen because his age and everything. The
And the
quality.
bus up after
The bus
the
up,
against
yeah.
Parma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
The on-field one, yeah.
Especially after that, yeah. So yeah, I think it's a good step for AC Milan can brings this player, especially in the league. They're what 8th, 7th.
Yeah, and the draw
So-
was not good against Inter because that first half was quite okay.
So
They got the goal from Tiani Reinders. Reinders keeps on saving
Yeah.
them from defeats.
Again
but
and
when
again.
you go from having the lead and then you go to a 5-4-1 in the second half,
Come on.
and then you drop deep, that's just ridiculous.
Manager.
Playing against Internazionale, who has a lot of threat going forward.
yeah, forward option.
So this is the problem with
Asensio?
the Curva.
Asensio. Conceição?
No,
Oh,
not just,
name.
not just
That's
Sergio
the previous
Conceição.
discussion.
But if you talk about AC Milan, then the problem is, I think this window is a sweetener for the fans because the problem
Yeah.
between Cardinal and then the fans and Curva Sud not chanting, they don't want to react in matches.
See?
They just reacted
Yeah.
in the last game because it's a derby. They have to do it. But against Parma, the San Siro was a strange ambiance in the stadium. The 125th anniversary,
Yeah.
where the supporters booing the players, and Calabria partying on a Friday night, and you have to play a massive game, early
Yeah,
kickoff
sure.
against Parma. So I don't think that's right. And if you see the first match against Parma in August, I think, where they got beaten in Ennio Tardini,
Yeah.
Calabria was the worst player on the pitch. So you give him the chance, and then you party on a Friday night. That's just ridiculous. And what the ultras, the Curva Sud wants is clarity on the system of play, on the style, and the managers that they pick. You go from Fonseca to Conceição,
Yeah.
it's polar opposites. And same as Manchester United, the players, they don't understand how the system is on the pitch. And then you have that problem with the crowd. So there's a disconnect there, and it's very, very problematic. So this window, I think, trying to go with big names,
to reconnect with the fans.
Jimenez, I think just to shut them up.
To shut them up.
It's a fan
and that is
service.
just fan service, and which is, I don't think it's the way. But trying to get Jimenez is okay, but João Félix, what do you need him for?
Walker is
when
okay.
you get Sotil, Walker is just like a Hollywood signing.
Yeah,
That's a
because
Hollywood
they have
signing.
a few players on that right hand side, like
Yeah.
Kalulu and everyone. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, short answer only. What do you hope to see happening with AC Milan with this new reinforcements?
Just like their fans, no expectation.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Champions League, man.
Champions League.
Their fans are excited
Yeah.
about that Champions League chance.
Jimenez scoring goals for fun. Yeah. For the rest
Jimenez
of the
coming
season.
back to the cup against
Yeah,
Feyenoord
that's
Feyenoord
Feyenoord, yeah.
for that playoff match.
Yeah.
That's box office.
for Jimenez, and he will not play.
Huh? He'll play.
He'll play.
He'll play. And AC Milan will go through. But I think what they need now is help for Tiani Reinders. The poor guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aw.
That poor guy. He's been doing a lot of stuff for
Yeah, I think
Milan.
Bondo is the one that comes
Yeah.
in to
Yeah.
help that
Yeah.
midfield,
Yeah.
right? Because they only have Reinders,
Benacer now is out,
Benacer
yeah.
off.
Yep.
And they have Ruben Loftus-Cheek and one other guy.
Loftus-Cheek was injured. Yeah.
Yeah, Loftus-Cheek is injured also. Yeah, so Bono will be important also.
Yeah, I do agree.
You agree?
No expectation. No expectation. I hope the best for AC Milan. And as just like their fans, I have no expectation. That's
Okay. Okay. We shall see then, as
Yeah.
always.
I hope
Right.
Cardinal will sell
Okay.
because he doesn't have a clue about running a football club. He doesn't have a clue.
Right. So unfortunately, our time is up for today's episode. Thank you so much for coming, you guys.
Thank you,
It's been a
thank you.
pleasure
Thank you.
talking about
Ale
the transfer
Milan,
window
ale.
tonight. And we hope to see you again next week, Jebret Team, only on DPI EV. Bye.